This property report is powered by realestate.com.au. Know the value of your home today. Track your property now.
To property now, and for many people currently looking to buy, high demand and a limited number of homes for sale means they're having to move more quickly. Joining me now live from realestate.com.au is John Healy. John, good afternoon. New data has revealed that homes are selling at record speed as demand continues to outweigh supply, but more properties are now coming onto the market.
Yeah, that's right. And seller confidence and buyer demand really has been driving the time it takes to sell a property to really record lows and the record fast rate, I should say. And this week, the PropTrack Housing Market Indicators report that was out revealed that the time it was taking to sell a property in October declined by around a week, dropping from a median time of just 38 days in September down to just 31 days in October. So things were moving far more quickly nationally last month, but also in Victoria, things were moving even quicker than that, with properties there selling in a median time of just 27 days in October, and that was down from 42 days a month earlier. And these speedy sales really do correspond and correlate to the high buyer demand that we're seeing right around the country, with either historic high levels or near historic high levels of views per listing being recorded right around our capital city and regional markets. But for buyers who do see themselves caught in this swarm of really high competition, there was also some better news in October, with the combined capital cities seeing the highest number of new listings on record, with a jump of nearly 22% month on month. While October is traditionally the peak of the spring selling season, the surge was even more pronounced this time round, as it coincided with sellers really gaining more confidence as the end of lockdowns happened around Australia. And that saw new listings surging 35% up month on month in Melbourne. They were up more than 30% month on month in Canberra, and also up more than 26% month on month in Sydney. But with that strong buyer demand that we're still seeing, it is expected that strong selling conditions will be prevalent right around the country right through to the end of the year and into 2022.
And speaking of selling conditions, looking more closely now at the weekend ahead, what is auction activity looking like around the country?
Well, it is shaping up to be a really big weekend of auction activity around Australia this weekend, and there's actually a 154% increase in listings nationally this week when compared to the same time last year. And we're expecting just under 3,400 properties to go to market around Australia this weekend. Numbers are up year on year and all around our capital cities that we can see here. Sydney expecting just over 930 auctions this weekend. That's an increase of 102% on auction volumes in Sydney this time last year. Melbourne also expecting a big weekend, more than 1,300 homes scheduled to go to auction in that market this weekend. That's triple the amount of auctions that were scheduled in Melbourne this week last year, so a big weekend ahead there. Also a big weekend again in Brisbane and Adelaide, with both of those markets this weekend expecting a 200% increase on auction volumes when compared to the same week last year. And the ACT, a big weekend there with 136 auctions scheduled there. That's 32% up week on week and 77% up year on year.
Yeah, plenty of auctions to come this weekend. And if we take a look back at last weekend's results now, John, what do clearance rates tell us about those markets?
Well, on the auction results available for last weekend, these clearance rates really do illustrate again the very strong selling conditions that are prevalent around many of the capital city markets at the moment, Brisbane, Adelaide and the ACT there, all with clearance rates up over the 90% range last week. But Sydney and Melbourne actually had their weakest results in terms of clearance rates since July, just as that huge volume of properties that are going to market in those cities helped to put some downward pressure on clearance rates there. But Brisbane, on the other hand, it had its strongest result since April.
And finally, John, as you mentioned earlier, new listings numbers have surged, but which homes have attracted the most attention this week?
Well, the most popular homes on realestate.com.au this week are dominated by homes in Victoria and really in and around the suburbs of the inner and outer suburbs of Melbourne, really featuring prominently on this list. Also, big family homes on big blocks are popular again this week, as are the prestige property. And you can see there by some of those price guides, some of the top-end properties coming onto the market now as sellers do gain more confidence to bring their homes to market, particularly in Melbourne, now that the lockdown has come to an end there. But if we take a closer look now at our third most viewed home in the Melbourne suburb of Berwick, this property is a stunning property. It's a 4-bedroom, 6-bathroom home on just on an acre of land. It has a price guide between $7.2 million and $7.7 million. And so it's a stunning home, contemporary home, a single-level resort-style property with all the luxury features any buyer could want, including pool, a tennis court, home offices, even a 12-car basement car park on this home. And just given that Berwick is actually among the most in-demand suburbs for serious buyers, high-intent buyers right around the country, it's likely that many of those buyers will likely have this home on their wish list in the not-too-distant future, Danica.
Yeah, perhaps even non-buyers as well. I really like those modern exteriors. John Healy, thank you. We'll see you again next week.
Thanks so much.